Does anyone remember when the standard for misinformation was just like photoshopped images and outlandish stories and not, whatever we're dealing with right now? Because I do. And I was young enough during that time to not really know any better. I couldn't necessarily tell the difference between a good Photoshop job and an actual photo. And so to prevent myself from falling down a spiral of infinite misinformation, I turned to the YouTuber Billschannel. So Billschannel, if you don't know who he is this guy that you could send videos and images to, and he would get his team of researchers, the Chewy Piranhas, to try and figure out if the image was real or fake. And every video in the series followed the exact same formula. He would introduce what was in the thumbnail, then list like 3 or 4 more mysteries, and then he would finally break down the main mystery, getting the Chewy Piranhas involved and making calls to whomever was connected to the story. Sometimes he would even travel to locations if they were close enough. So like one time he tried to travel to an actual Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, and you can kind of imagine how that went. And then he would have a segment where he kind of has a lightning round where he debunks the 3 or 4 smaller real or fakes that he introduced at the start of the video. And he would always include a fake that was so fake it's funny, and it was the same bit every single time, but I still laughed without fail. I thought the guy was hilarious. And then finally he would get a red envelope, and within the red envelope held the verdict, whether the thing was real or if it was fake. And every single time Bill would drag out the whole affair to be like 2 minutes long, and you would never know what he was going to say. He threw curveball after curveball. He kept you on your toes. And rewatching the series, I realized just how much work and dedication went into this for a simple YouTube series. I mean, the videos genuinely feel like reality TV at times, with the amount of sound effects and the music and even the stories that he's covering. And all of this makes sense because, as it turns out, Bill actually worked for National Geographic and produced a documentary for CNN. And when you watch his videos, they definitely have that kind of air of professional reality TV to them that would, make sense from his portfolio. But a really rare occurrence in this series was the elusive unknown category. When Bill and his Chewy Piranhas couldn't make heads or tails of a story, they would give it the unknown title and declare the mystery unsolvable. To me as a small child, I had all of my faith in Bill. I thought he could solve the D.B. Cooper case if you gave him enough time. So hearing Bill admit defeat to me didn't mean that he was imperfect and could make mistakes and he was human. To me, it meant that we were dealing with an unprecedented, unstoppable force. And when he bestowed the title of Unknown to Mothman, I thought my life was over. Okay, wait, tangent time. Something I just noticed while looking over his videos is like just how different the clickbait landscape is nowadays compared to how it was back then. Like Billschannel's videos are clickbaity, don't get me wrong. Like look at some of these thumbnails, dude. I'm actually sad I can't include them all. But back then, you could have just had a photo of something cool with the title, "This is the thing" in the thumbnail, and you'd get tens of millions of views. And nowadays it's like it used to be so simple. The first episode of Real or Fake was 12 years ago, and it's about mermaids. And you can tell while watching it, the series was definitely not as fleshed out as what it would become. There's no big reveal or anything in the video. He just lists a claim and debunks it, rinse and repeat. And sure, the Real or Fake series would become something more down the line, but it was just so simple. It's always been so simple, and it just kind of bums me out seeing where we are now. But anyways, it is surprising seeing the first Real or Fake and how little the quality of the videos have changed. Like, the formula is different, but the quality, like his camera and microphone and script writing and acting ability, are completely the same. Granted, he was like 50 by the time he started making these videos, and he already had worked at CNN and whatnot. But it's just strange to see, because with a lot of YouTube channels, you go back and it's just unwatchable in comparison to the stuff that's being made today. But I think one of the real main appeals of the Real or Fake brand was how much it encouraged audience participation. Like, you'd go into the comments and see all kinds of kids asking for reels or fakes on random things, and he had an email where you would submit photos to be reviewed by the Chewy Piranha Super Sleuths. But I think that audience participation from primarily children never really deterred Bill from doing like a really fantastic job with these videos. I was watching some of them back for this video, and I was shocked at just how sound all of his theories are before unveiling the truth. Like, nothing here is super obviously a lie from Bill, and even when I'm pretty sure one way or another on the truth, he keeps me on my toes very, very well. Now, for my whole life, I've thought that the Real or Fake series was all Billschannel ever did, but going back and looking at his most popular videos, that's not even what this guy is mostly known for. Most of his more popular videos are stuff like Epic Anaconda Battle Soldiers, Mermaid Corpse Washes Up on Beach, World's Most Bizarre Cows. What the fuck is that? But his most popular video, and I'm not entirely sure why, is No Name Don't Watch Dead Video. Sitting at 89 million views is this 57-second video which has no dialogue and random music in the background. But going into the description reveals that the original video was, quote, ripped apart by various forces and that the video is no longer watchable. But he keeps the video up because 89 million views is a lot and it helps with ads. Which, like, okay. But what was this video originally? Nowadays, Billschannel appears to be doing the same stuff he's been doing for over a decade, though less frequently than it's ever been. But he actually recently posted a video where he asks for help concerning the fate of the Real or Fake series. He says he wants the series to keep going the same way it has been for the past decade, but that the world we live in is so different now with AI that it's just impossible to have any real engaging content surrounding mysteries when everything that gets sent to him is just AI. And yeah, you look at some of his most recent Real or Fakes, and he is covering AI images. It removes a lot of the magic of the series, and I really don't blame him for feeling lost and like there's no real way to continue this. But his most recent Real or Fake video was a year ago, and it's about this chimp that speaks English, and it's really super cool. And throughout the whole video, he's talking about how potentially this could be an entirely AI generated video or an AI voiceover or what have you. But consistently throughout the video, he uses AI images where he would generally just have, you know, stock images. So I'm kind of getting conflicting answers on how he feels about AI. Okay, I recorded that last part before actually finishing the video, and holy shitballs, dude. Okay, so the book is about an illegal immigrant who gets hired by a MAGA dude and then she burns his house down. Am I supposed to be feeling bad for the MAGA guy? Am I supposed to side with the immigrant? What am I supposed to do? So I went to the Amazon page to learn more, and I read his synopsis. Just because Jack O'Malley is a bigoted, hateful, and angry old man doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. Just like old Scrooge, he just needs to have his eyes open to the better side of himself. And who better for the job than Sofia Rivera, a 16-year-old undocumented immigrant from El Salvador with a bad case of failure to assimilate. From the sparks of their unexpected crossing, Jack and Sofia are propelled on a funny and touching journey that redefines what it means to be great again. And the one review on the page says, "I love this book so much. I can't even express in words the heart and humanity in this book. I could rant on all day about it." Bill, at least to me in my experience, has always been really good at opening me up to new ideas, and this story is no different. It's about a man who opens up to the idea of living alongside an immigrant. I mean, it still has an AI cover, you win some, you lose some, but I think this approach could be what the next phase of the Real or Fake series looks like. Rather than tackling individual AI images as their own mysteries, I could see him potentially making a PSA on how to spot AI, or even in the Real or Fake videos during the segments where he covers a bunch of different images at once, he could include the most convincing AI image he could find and then explain from there how to spot AI. He could use his platform as a tool to educate those on the misinformation caused by AI and how to prevent it from happening to you or your family members. I, of course, can't control the fate of his channel or even know if that idea would work, but Bill has been such a major proponent of educating alongside debunking. In his videos, he would never just give you the Real or Fake with no elaboration. Typically, he would find people who had association to the story and would get them to come on the show and talk about their experience with VFX or the actual recording, or sometimes Bill himself would show you how to do what the thing is doing in Photoshop. I mean, it was awesome. I would love to see him continue the series, but even without the threat of AI, I mean, the whole landscape of YouTube is just so profoundly different than it was a decade ago. But yeah, ultimately, I think Bill will land on his feet. I think he'll continue to make things and something great will come out of it eventually, even if it doesn't take the shape of the Real or Fake series. But yeah, I just wanted to make something surrounding Billschannel because he's probably the only YouTuber I've not really seen anyone discuss ever. And maybe that just means I'm alone in my respect and admiration for the man, but I hope the next generation of stupid internet children can find solace in the truth of Billschannel.